eCom legend in the building. So you're just starting out with eCom, or maybe even you have been in eCom for a very long time. You're trying to find out, hey, what is the best way of dropshipping I should do? Now listen, I've been in eCom now for over 6 years. I've done over $30 million of revenue from general stores, fashion niche stores, to one product stores, to even trying and running brands. And I have a great connection of people I know who are running even 8 till 9 figure brands also. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a tier list and also be intersecting every single form of dropshipping and giving you the full unbiased opinion about it. And just before you think, I'm going to be supporting one business model in terms of dropshipping more than other. For me, myself, yes, I also have a coaching program where we help people also, but we teach different types of dropshipping. Whether it may be niche dropshipping, general dropshipping, or we also teach to other people also branding, we all do it. So every single word that I say here is just based on my experience. And what I've seen is the best for different type of people. Now listen up. So obviously, the first one that we have right here is general dropshipping. The most simple, basic one, right? And what is that? It's just basically running a store with all types of fucking random products. Okay, that is the first one that we have. Number one, general dropshipping. Number two, what we have is niche stores dropshipping, right? A niche store dropshipping is, let's say, for example, you're going to focus on men's jackets only, for example. And then number three type of dropshipping you also have is one product dropshipping. And just for your information, guys, we're not going to be talking here about Amazon or Bolt.com, which is the Dutch Amazon, all that shit. That is all for a later moment. We're going to be focusing on Shopify store dropshipping. So, and then on number four, what you can also do, right, instead of only one product store dropshipping. So, and after one product store dropshipping, of course, you have branding, okay? And I start laughing because people that know me, they tell my friends, hey, why does Fark eCom Legend hate branding so much? And guys, actually, I love branding, but people just don't seem to get the point. Why a lot of times I hate people who say, oh, I'm doing branding. Oh yeah, I'm building brands. No, you're not building shit. You're just building some random dropshipping stores, putting a private label on them, and then saying that you are building a brand because you ain't building shit. And probably you also can't exit it, okay? So at first, for what type of people do I recommend, in this particular case, general store dropshipping, right? To be honest, general stores, I don't recommend it to anybody. Listen up, I made, starting from 2019 till 2022, I made millions in revenue with dropshipping. And my first fortune that I earned with eCom in general, that's how I made it, with general stores. But now, in 2025, no, hell no, don't do it. Don't do general store dropshipping. I don't recommend it at all. You can maybe go to your first 1K, 2K a day in revenue maybe, but it's gonna quickly also fall off. And even if you're gonna say, yeah, but I'm gonna do it in EU markets, it's still very hard. Because back in the days, what worked for me, what I was doing a lot, is that I found products in the US market and I would arbitrage them to the EU markets. That would work amazing. Nowadays, no, you cannot do that. Now, next thing that we have, guys, okay? We have niche dropshipping, all right? Niche dropshipping, this is, to be honest, the best way right now in 2025 to start dropshipping. So for every single person who's watching this, even to make your first 100K in profit, I recommend this. And in specific, I recommend also fashion. Do I recommend fashion to each and every single level that you're in your life? Yes, but at some points in life when you have made multiple 6 figures in profit, you understood as well like business, you can make different choices. I will get into that later as well in this video. General dropshipping, we don't do it. Skip it fully, doesn't matter what level you're on. Niche dropshipping, yes, 100% I recommend it. Now, next thing, one product store dropshipping. So I'm giving this one obviously a green check mark, right? Because it's good. One product store dropshipping. Do I recommend it? Well, if you just start out, no. Once you have tested a bunch of products, you have made some profits in eCom, 20, 40, 50, 60, 80K, and there's this one product that popped off, which is absolutely amazing, 100%, bro. You know, do it, go for it. One product store dropshipping in 2019 when I was doing general store dropshipping, and I did find after testing so many products. I had a few that worked amazing, and one of them I scaled very hard in that store. I opened a one product store with the same exact product in the same market, in the Dutch market, just with different creatives. And I scaled it to the moon. That's how I did my first 15K a day in revenue, back then, which was, if I had posted that screenshot on social media, I would go viral probably in 2020 in the beginning. But yeah, obviously, that's how it all started for me. So one product store dropshipping, yes, you could also do it, but as I said, at a later moment. So I would say you would need at least, right, let's make it 50K. And I say 50K is because you can test a lot of creatives in different markets, open different stores, find your sweet spot and scale that particular product. And then the next thing, which people will probably think that I'm gonna hate on, branding. Well, to be honest, branding, in my opinion, that is the way to go if you want to make a fortune with eCom. But, so I'm going to at first give you a check mark, but I'm going to say also, but you got to understand this. If you look at the biggest brands in the world, who are they? How did they start? What kind of regrets do they have when they just start out, right? It's people who usually say, oh, I should have started a model without so much risk, without having any stock, without relying only on a couple of products. I should have been able to move more forward more quickly because I put myself into so much stress. And they lose a lot of money, they get investors into their company, and then they suddenly end up with only a few percentage in the company while their company is worth 100 million. I know people, their company is worth 100 million, and because they got so many investors and people inside, the people having percentages in the company, they only end up with only 4% of the total value for their own. So there's to be seen as a CEO and founder of the company, but their percentage that they have in the company is still very low. So what is the point of it? So to make it all simple for all of you, right? General store dropshipping, no. Niche dropshipping, 100% is the best possible way to make your first 100K in profit. It's the easiest way. And I'm also going to explain you guys in this video why I say this. One product store at a later moment, we have at least 50K. And branding, in my opinion, you can do always earlier if you want to. I'm talking about like branding where you also have your own stock and you can explore to many markets. You can just scale to the moon. I would say, bro, at least 100 to 200K at least if you're going to start a brand. And I'm going to also explain why. Because as I said, guys, I've done general dropshipping before. I right now do niche dropshipping and I'm also right now building a brand. So I'm giving you guys an unbiased opinion. All right, let's talk at first why, for example, I would recommend niche dropshipping. So first of all, general dropshipping, of course, no. It's too hard, it's too much headache. Why do I like niche dropshipping? Let's put it into perspective, guys. Niche dropshipping, what comes with it and what is good about it, why I recommend it. Okay, so I'm gonna be intersecting this also from the moment you started until so like, let's say from the front end to all the way to the back end. So about product research, about keeping your customer support and hiring people. Okay, so how much do you actually, let's say in the beginning, need if you want to start with niche dropshipping? You can start with even a few thousand on your bank account, right? So let's say you have even like from $2,000 in your bank account, you can start. The only cost you actually have usually is just spending money on ads. If you're gonna, for example, open your company setup, like it depends where you live, but usually it's like around few $100, maybe $500. And then if you're gonna look, for example, right, I have the company, I can open my Shopify store. What you're gonna do, you're gonna be looking at your competitors all the time. The only thing you're doing in this game is just looking at competitors who is right now actually running good in all the markets that I'm also trying to sell and how are they doing it. And I'm just gonna copy paste them and make them better, just like Picasso used to do it. That's what you're gonna do, nothing more, nothing less, right? That is the whole point of it. You don't have to be a genius for it. And that is why I'm saying this is the easy way to start it. Because let me tell you, if you're gonna do, let's say, niche dropshipping, your focus is looking at competitors, right? And then what you do is copy and paste. And what you do is make it better. Which there's a lot of ways for it, and it's very easy, by the way. I mean, you can watch my free course here on it. I explain everything about general dropshipping, and then all the way, most importantly, to niche dropshipping as well. So you can watch it. 6-hour free course. I totally gave it away for free. Watch it. If you still have questions about this, by the way. So, and you make it better. And what you're going to do a lot is spam test products. Spam test new products. And the whole thing is that you're going to spend only maybe $25 or even $10 per product that you want to test. And instead of looking at what you're selling and trying to make the best creatives possible, getting UGC, making it a crazy brand, spending all this money, all this time, all this effort on making it the best thing ever, you don't do it. You just focus on finding products that other people are selling in other markets and are scaling it. And you, let's say somebody scales it in the US market, you take it to the Dutch market or to the Australian market and you make it better. That's pretty much it. That's what the whole model is about. And then you find some tweakings and ways of marketing where you improve it. As a beginner, right, imagine let's say you're just starting out with eCom, or even for me, when I just started out with eCom, and when people were saying to me, hey Farouk, you get this product, right? Let's say, for example, like a t-shirt, right? So, here, a t-shirt, whoop, boom, 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 a t-shirt. Hey Farouk, you know what? That t-shirt is nice, but what you gotta do is find 15 different angles on it. Go to ChatGPT, prompts, find out the best angles, creative, source them, make a whole creative OS with insane systems. Bro, as a beginner, how the fuck are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do it? Because while you're focusing on let's say, like the best possible angle, in dropshipping, there's so many facets to the game. You have, for example, your company setup, you have your Shopify store, right? And then you have your products. Next to your products, you have your copywriting, okay? Copywriting. And then what else do you have? You have your creatives, right? And then next to your creatives, you have media buying. And then once you have done that, you have your backend. So your customer support and whatever you name it. And, and then hopefully you do that good. And then you also have accounting and taxes, right? There's so many facets to it. And this is why many people who are not dialed in enough, they just don't succeed with it. It's that simple. This is why as a beginner, as you're just starting out as well, why would you overcomplicate that whole beginning process right here? Even better, I can do it like this, right? Let me make this a different color, by the way. So I'm talking fully about this process. Why would you make this so overcomplicated, which is 50% of your business? And how are you going to do it solo? That's another question. If you have a method with niche dropshipping where you can get into the game, make your first six-figure profit way easier, how can you, even when you just start out a business, think about, oh, one day I'm going to exit it. Oh, wait, you know what? These are the crazy shit I have to deal with, and you're going to think for the long term. When you just start with business, the only thing you have to think about is just cash. How can I get cash as soon as possible, as quickly as possible, in the most legit way? That is the only thing that should be in your mind. Not building an insane brand. You can do that all later. Make some money first, start running eCom without stock, aka dropshipping, and then run up and build a brand after that. It's not that hard. The people were telling you to start with a brand immediately, and the people were also telling you, usually coaching also about it. If you're gonna get into a call with them, what will they say in the first call to you? Yeah, don't buy stock. You only have a few thousand. What's gonna happen? You're gonna buy stock and then you don't have money anymore for media buying? Think about it for yourself. It's not that crazy, I'm not a genius. So that is why what we like to do, and that's why all this is also a model that we're still doing to this day, you focus at first on just finding a bunch of new products, because what is easier? What is easier? Finding products that you can spam test, even hire people to your team and they help you with it, or creatives. Of course, the creatives is more complex. It's way, way, way harder. When I just started out in 2019 till 2020, I tried both, and then I found out, hey, I'm getting more success with this. And then for a long time, I thought this is just bullshit creatives on Facebook. Why not just rip the best ones from people you see online and make them better? And then later I understood, no, creatives for the long term, when you're building a brand, let's say, is 100% the best. That comes later. But to start with, because you're not so knowledgeable yet and you don't have so much cash flow, this is the easiest option. It's easiest. So to all my guys also, you're watching this right now, you probably watched videos of somebody showing you branding, how to build a supplement brand, how they're scaling to 100K days, or whatever it may be. That all shit is cool and nice. And it also works 100%. I don't bash on all the other models. I don't do that. I just give you the reality because I'm doing all of it. So focus on this first. It's the beginning. Do that. Figure that shit out. Become more knowledgeable in the game, in your marketing, in hiring people, firing people, becoming more cutthroat, especially as well. And once you understand it and you make good profits with it, then explore the model of, let's say, like branding. Don't go into the shiny object syndrome of branding if you don't even properly make money with your business, even with fashion, let's say, or with, even if you're in a general store, somehow you made it with it, or a one-product store, It's no joke, right? But who here talks about, for example, about like branding, about when is the last time you spoke with somebody who built a crazy brand and who made an insane exit, for example? Tell me. I've spoken to a lot of people, to be honest, who were running crazy brands and they were figuring out they wanted to an exit. They just couldn't, because when you're gonna, for example, exit a brand, you have to think from the start, I'm gonna exit this brand one day, and I can only do it if I already make sure from the number one beginning that you start your brand. Imagine as a beginner, you're gonna think about this, but I'm gonna arrange all of this to the most detail. You can't do it because your legal documents, your team costs, do you have sufficient MRR? Is your churn rate low? What is your multiplier? It's so deep, It's so deep. I can tell you that. That is why as well most SaaS companies are easy to exit as well, because MRR and some of them have a low churn rate, let's say. So in eCom, it's not that easy as people say to you. And the next thing, the likelihood of you getting sued or getting issues with your competitors when you're running a niche store dropshipping as well, fast fashion in general, is 100 times lower to none compared to running a brand. I have friends running a 7-8 figure brand and they're getting sued right and left. DMCAs from Shopify, lawsuits. That shit's cutthroat. It's almost like fucking mafia gangbangers from the 1960s in New York and all the like mafia families fighting against each other. That's how I see it sometimes like, This is what I can tell you from my experience, what I've been seeing. Next thing, guys, let's talk, for example, please don't neglect this, And I can totally understand, we just started eCom, and as I just showed you guys, the whole facet right there, it's so many things you have to go about it. How can you, as well at the same time, even when you're running a niche dropshipping store, how can you make sure that while you have all these facets in your eCom business, still run up numbers? I'm gonna give you guys some tips. This is how I managed to do it, and I'm no wonder kid, not at all. I certainly believe I have a natural gift that God gave me, I believe so, a natural gift that where even if I go through fucked up shit and I need to go through a lot of hard stuff, mentally, physically, financially, I managed to just push through it while most people would give up. I believe that is my natural gift. Other than that, it's all damn hard work. What do I do to keep myself in check? And that when I started my business, so these principles apply as well for every single business you can do with an eCom. I call them the eCom legend protocols. And it's actually 60 of them, more than 60, which I totally wrote myself. But number one, your number one priority is always your business. So it doesn't matter about your parents, your kids, even if your wife or girlfriend. Number one priority is business. Okay? Business, nothing else. Everything else, number two, 2, 3, whatever, it's something else. Number two, right? So after the moment you wake up and you have worked for a couple of hours, at least the first thing you're gonna do, of course, what I like to do, I like to go on a workout. I like to run, for example. I went to the gym a lot of times. I played football for my US guys, it's soccer. I played for like 15 years or something. For me, it's very important to get into a flow state. Very important. And by the way, in the morning, right here, right when you just wake up and you're working, make sure you're not eating any carbs, right? So in the morning, you only have coffee and water. What I like to do is add into my coffee either honey or butter. Like otherwise your cortisol levels are going to go to the moon and you're going to crash very quickly. So only coffee and water. After a couple of hours you go for a workout, gym workout, doesn't matter, or tennis. Try to especially find as well a workout and sport that you like the most, you know. And I fully get it in the beginning if you can't do this yet, and you can't go for a workout immediately or even hold on to this diet. Doesn't matter. Every single day after you've come from work or school, every single hour, every single minute has to be put into your business, nothing else. Don't do it. It's not about having a six-pack, right? Skip the whole biohacking six-pack. Skip the women, skip your friends, skip your day ones. Don't give a whooping shit about it. That's how it is. And I don't care what anybody says. Any business you're gonna do in your life, this is how you need to approach it. Yeah? So it's literally me versus me every day. Every day. That's it. That's how I did it. And that is how my most successful friends also did it. Cutthroat. That's the shit we deal with it. Business is war. Play versus player. You know, everybody can make it. I help a lot of people make it, but this is the reality of business, you know? And I say it all the time, very important. These are the very simple stuff, right, that I use to keep my mental clarity in control. And whenever I go as well to hardship, right, because I keep my routine so much in check, always, with not too many carbs, with making sure I always put my work as a priority above anything that happens in my life, and I avoid drama as much as possible. That's why I came here. That's why I made over $30 million in the last 6 years in my life. And I have a very good life, I can assure you. I'm very blessed, you know, I enjoy it, especially my freedom. So to summarize everything, guys, niche, dropshipping, you can do this always, okay? And branding, that we talked about, do it when you have at least 100K. That's what I would say. Over 100K, otherwise don't even start it. That's the reality, you know? That's it. And as I said, guys, yes, we do have a coaching program and I teach people all of it inside. How to start your niche stores and scale them to 7 figures a month, which I did a lot of times. We also help people to start a brand. So for me, it doesn't matter what I'm gonna say here. Nothing is going to help my business model more, because what a lot of people do is they're gonna give you a whole tier list saying like, hey, these are all the business models in the world. I would recommend do dropshipping, and then they're selling a dropshipping course, you know, or like a dropship mentor or whatever. So they do like to favor themselves. But for me, it's just genuinely my own experience. For me, it doesn't matter. That's what I've seen, guys. And this was pretty much for this video. And this was it pretty much for this video. And yeah, if you want me to help you scale your business also to the moon together with my team, check out the link in the description, apply to work with me. Yeah, we help people scale to 6 to 7 figures a month. And if not, keep on watching. These are the videos I'd like to make. Honestly, I really do. I really enjoy them. So yeah, love.